Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. So on today's video, what we're doing is we're working on this mannequin just here. I've just done a youthful layer diffused so you can see what it looks like in the previous video. If you want to click in the description down below, or you can click up here to watch. But today what we're going to do is we're going to be working on a wolf cut shag. These are still massive haircut trends when it comes to the salon life, daily salon life. We get a lot of clients coming in still wanting some heaviness, some like through here, some heavy bangs, texture and natural living hair. And that's what's become very apparent in the salon, where clients are coming in and clients are still straightening, they're tonging, they're doing more to their hair than they ever have done before because of the tools that are available. But there's still a vast number that just want to wake up, wash it, let it dry and go. And that's where shags and wolf cuts are really good. If you want to get a diffuser into it as well to create this sort of texture, so we are going to diffuse it today, but we're going to be sort of like a lot heavier, a lot more textured and everything, just to show you what we would create in the salon by doing it rather than my traditional ponytail methods, to show you how instantly to cut it. We're going to work section by section to create a bang on trend wolf cut shag cut for you today. So I'm going to get into wetting this mannequin head down. We'll get into the sectioning and then we'll get straight into the haircut. Right, so now the mannequin head is all wet down, we're going to get into the sectioning pattern. And with wolf cuts and shags, we are wanting a lot of shape around the face. So we're going to just split the mannequin head front to back. So we've got two sides of the head to work from, just to make it sort of bite size, make it a little bit easier to understand. You'll see where my ponytail haircut sectionings come in with this as well, because it's very, very similar, which is why I love to do them, just to explore it a little bit of fun, really. Right, so sectioning front to back, going from the high point of the head. And after this, I'm going to do the Botox bob, or the bob tox, something like that. It's called something like that, but that is the next video that's coming. It might get uploaded before this because it's trending at the minute, so I may do it. I might edit that one tonight. But you can see here, sectioned front to back. Just want that to be like that. And all I'm going to do, see the section on this, when you can see what I do with ponytail haircuts, front to back, ponytail, ponytail, cut it, and we create a wolf cut shag cut. But I'm going to show you this in a much more precise way. So just going to clip that back off, and then we're going to get the front first. So I'm going to work just on an angle, just so you can see everything that I'm doing. So what we want to be doing is coming straight through there, and I want to take a middle section guide, which is going to be our starting point there. So we've got this piece here, which is going to be our first cut. And I don't want to go really short today. I want it to be very floaty, very lived in. Yeah, very, very salon friendly is what I want to be going for today. Right, so now I've got our section in, and I've put this section in here, which is going to be our first cut. There's many angles in which we can cut this. So the higher that we go, the softer the layers will be. The lower that we go, the more weighty the layers are going to be. I want to sit, well, first off, I'm going to take that piece there, and we're going to find our length. Now, I want to go probably around about chin. That's where we're going to go today. We're going to go chin length. So I'm just going to point cut that across there. So there's that length there. I'm then going to bring that into that section of hair that I've done there. And I'm going to bring it, see it'll be long and heavy. This is what consultation would be with clients. If we're thinking, right, how do we want it to go? Obviously there, if we take it more there, from there to there, that means the layer on top is going to be longer than if we went from there to there, because it travels further. But I want it a little bit longer today. So we're going to go from there, straight out from the head, and cut it straight up like we did there. Now I'm going to try and cut it like this so you can see each section that we're doing. So this is all going to be elevated up into the middle. I find that guide, which is just there, making sure that that line is level, like that. Next section, there, I can see my guide through there. So you can see this hair here is being pushed up into that middle and then brought out to the guide, like that. And then what you'll get is it's shorter to longer, like that. And again, just grab all of that section, pull it all the way up. So we know that it's being over directed to there, using the thin side of my comb to have more control. There we go. There's that. So what you get, so you can see that. So butterfly layers, wolf cut, shag, they're all basically the same. So we're going to replicate that on this side. So there's the middle section. Again, finding the guide, section across, bring up into the middle. Reason that bringing it up into the middle is important is because it's being over directed, which means we're going to keep the perimeter length where we want it. Now just making sure that we are consistent out straight from the head. Let's just bring all that up. Again, bringing it all up to the middle, using the small teeth of the comb to have more control, but this mannequin stand doesn't help. Ready? Straight out from that head. There we go. Now you can see I've got the shortness here and those floaty layers, shaggy layers that run down either side. Now we're going to work on the back section. Now the back section, if you've watched the ponytail haircuts, again, very similar. I'm going to take an inch from this front. So this is going to be our guide. So we're going to pull this back here. And again, straight down like that. Bring it into the back here, keeping the front out the way. We don't want to do any more with that until we've dried it. And I'm going to dry this with a blow dry to give it a bit more shape, and then I'm going to refine it. So now we want to find centre back, and we just want to come either side of centre back to put our first cut in, which will be our guide. I'm just going to let this down a little bit. So you'll be able to see, let me just spin this around a bit easier this way. So you'll be able to see my guide, which is there. That's just come out that front section. And to make it a bit more shaggier, we can cut it straight across. If you want it to be a bit more floaty, we just change our finger angle and cut upwards, which will have more of like a layer to it. We want this to be a bit more of a shag wolf cut. So we're going to bring up straight to the ceiling, then straight across like that. Just get the rest of that section, making sure that we're taking all of it off. Again, straight up to the ceiling, and there's a little bit there. And then all we do, we work straight down the head like that, bringing it over the middle guide, so over the center of the head that we've just cut this from. We find our guide there, and again, straight over, or straight down, should I say. And then we bring it up to that middle. So this is being over directed as well. See my guide from the front beautifully there. And then again, we take this section, we bring this up over that middle point, and you can see the hair is getting less and less. That's because we're over directing to the middle, which is then maintaining more of the length, which means there's less hair being able to reach this center section. So there, and look at that, literally dust. So that's that there. And then we've got that really nice shagginess to the layers. So what shall I do now to show you this side? Straight down that middle back again. Next section, straight to the ceiling. And unlike the last haircut video I did, I'll link it above. This is a stationary guide, whereas the last video that we did was a moving guide, where this is where all the hair meets at one point. On the last haircut, the guide met the section and then moved around the head, whereas this one you can see this just stays exactly the same point, being pulled up to it, and you'll see again dust, literally. And that's the haircut done. That's how simple these modern trends are when it comes to a fundamental of the haircut. Get the lines out. Let's lift her up again so you can see, but I'll get it blow dried, we'll get it refined so you can see the actual finished result. But look, you can see all of that shape that is in there And then when it comes to refining, I just want to refine that front a little bit more, just so we can have a bit more sort of floatiness to it. But we do that once it's dry. So I'm going to get this dry, and you can join me back when it is dry and we start to refine. So we've just blow dried it, put a curl wave into it. This is unrefined. You can see the fringe sitting very heavy. It's just going to be very floaty, but we just need to refine it slightly and brush out all of these blow dry lines and marks. Let's bring it up a little bit so you can see. But you can see just really sort of floaty, butterfly, wolf cut, shaggy haircut. There's the back. That's all the layering that it gives you. You can see how much movement and everything is in there, but we just need to open it up a little bit more, take off some of this sort of the weighty ends. So what we want to do, I'm just going to lower it down a little bit. You can do it with normal scissors, you can do it with thinning scissors, texturizing scissors, but what we want to do is, I'm just going to, because you can see how blunt we cut it, even though the blow dry doesn't show that it's a very blunt cut because it looks very floaty. Where did this come from? You can see it's very, very hard lines. So we really want to be getting rid of those. And you can deep point cut, you can slice through, but like I said, also with texturizing scissors. But look at that now, nice and floaty. A top tip as well for sort of like softening is take the hair like that, make a fist. I did it in one of my other videos. Soften off. You just get a much softer edge. And I'll show you with thinning scissors as well. So you want to take it to where we were cutting. And I wouldn't go any further than halfway, just because you don't want little bits popping out, but how much softer it gives you a result. So this was all brought out, remember? God. So remember, this was all brought out here and cut. So I'm still bringing it out similar to where we did, but because I'm going to use thinning scissors now, just to show you, I wouldn't bring it there and cut like that because it would create hard lines. Elevate and go in with your thinning scissors or texturizing scissors, because then you don't get hard lines, because you're creating elevation and softness by doing so, and then you put it in your blade, but because it's angled up, you're not going to get hard lines. Just really nice and floaty. Okay, I'm not going any further than halfway. That isn't halfway, but I'm just coming through and just softening off all those ends. So it's just more textured, more shag-like, more wolf cut, butterfly cut, whatever sort of style you're going for. This way of working will give you that result. And again, we find elevating and just working through those ends. If you see a bit, these mannequins have got a lot of hair density. Have a look at other places where you could potentially soften off, but when you're working on clients like this piece, so this is quite common with clients where you've got that, it's quite see-through there, but you've got a lot of density here. So I wouldn't really refine that. I'd be working through here, and I wouldn't necessarily work with thin scissors. I'd work with scissors, just really sort of chipping in, follow all of this around. Remember, all this was elevated up anyway, so I'm just going to elevate in and then just working through till I've got that really soft density on those ends that I want. And I'm not working in big sections either. I'm working in like, what, 3/4 of an inch? See, what's different with the back is, because the back was elevated up, we've got a lot of softness here anyway. Compared to the front, it was brought straight out. That's where we created really sort of hard lines. So there'll be more refining to be done on the front to remove weight, if need be, than the back. Remember, don't go more than halfway. Also, it adds scaffolding. So what scaffolding is, it's when you think of scaffolding, it holds things up. Yeah. So it does exactly the same. So we go in there, we know we've got an internal layer there. So when it drops, we've got this weight point within the hair, which we can use as scaffolding to hold that hair up and give it more volume, but we maintain the length. Again, just working around to this side. It's getting a little bit blunter now because we're working towards the front now. We're right on this side panel. You see there, got blunt lines. So I'm just going to go in and I'll do this last piece with normal scissors just so you can see what I would do to put scaffolding in. So here, if we were to go halfway down, just pushing your blades in halfway and like so. Again, let's do a bit more on that top. There we go, let's give it a little shake. Get rid of blow dry clip lines, and there's the shoulders. But there you go, a really sexy shag wolf cut, butterfly cut, bang on trend. I hope it really helped. Basically 2 sections front to back, and then just working through your sections as we go. So 2 big sections, separate front to back of head, and then just working through your sections, making sure you create your angles to where you want it to be heavy, lighter, floaty, and then refining. But I think that looks like an absolute bombshell. Just so you can see the back, beautiful layers all working through there, absolutely stunning. And let's bring it around, throw it back, and there we go. I hope that has helped, or will help you on the salon floor, to understand how simple creating these trends are. But there we go. Super sexy shag, wolf cut, butterfly cut, whatever you're thinking of calling it. Jump on this. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. Hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.